Hey everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11. I am Bill, and tonight we're at North Vegas, VGT, and we're on PilotEdge because I want to go and find as many special use airspaces as possible. Kind of the continual studying and ramp up, ramp down, ramp up, ramp down, ramp up for check ride prep. I was going through the special use airspaces, which I do when I'm running. Like if I go out on a run, I'll actually just out loud talk about certain topics. So the other night I was just blabbing as I was running about special use airspaces and just going through all the requirements to each one. And I thought that it would be fun to do a flight on PilotEdge that try to hit as many of the special use airspaces as possible and kind of see what they're like, practically speaking, on a flight kind of designed to run into as many of them as possible. There are a couple that we won't be able to hit because there are so few of them, like prohibited areas. The closest one is in Texas. There's also a couple other like live fire. We're not going to worry about that one. But the main ones, we're going to try to hit as many on this one flight using the Piper Navajo because it's a little bit faster, and this flight would have been very long had it not been for the cruise speed here. So this is the flight that we're going to do. And this was proposed by my glorious... yes, and thank you, Blominums. Yeah, controlled firing areas. This was a flight from the evil mind of my instructor, Brad. So thank you, Brad. And it's got a bunch of airspace in it, which is, this is pretty hilarious. So we've hit almost all of them, and it was difficult to find. And the reason that we're in Vegas is because of this little guy right here. This is an alert area, and this is the closest alert area that I could find in the SoCal area, or in ZLA, I should say. Maybe the only alert area in ZLA. So that's why we're flying out of North Vegas, is to hit this guy.
Oh my god, I love airplanes and I love Brad. Holy shit.
Holy S is right. So I don't really have like a good visual to go over this. It would be kind of nice, but this is not meant to be an instructional video, for the love of God. This is me just wanting to put into practice the things that I've been continually studying and looking at them in a controlled environment, meaning like literally air traffic controlled environment. So an alert area, this is putting it very, very simply as well. An alert area, you can go in whenever. This is just keep a lookout. There's going to be crazy stuff happening potentially. And it says right here, high performance climbs and descents by Nellis Air Force Base training missions. So you can come in and out of here at will, but just be aware that crazy stuff is happening. Again, this is not for training purposes. This is how I remember it. So you can go through here, no problem. The next airspace that we're going to come to is military, MOA. And there is this one is kind of tricky, and I will try to explain this as clearly as possible. And I will read this just so I make sure that I have it totally correct, because it was put so eloquently by the aforementioned Brad. So an MOA is your allowed entry. So entry is allowed, but you will be vectored around it when receiving flight following and the MOA is hot. There, I guess, are some caveats to that to some extent, but basically if it's cold, you can go through it, no problem, whatever. If you're VFR and you're not on flight following, you also can go in it whenever. But if you've got flight following, you're talking to control and it's hot, they can and probably will vector you around these an MOA, whatever MOA it is. So you can go through it technically, but there are some caveats to when and how you can go through there. The other one that we're going to come to is restricted area, and the ZLA area has a lot of, and Nevada too, but there are a lot of restricted areas in ZLA. You can see just this whole zone is actually covered by one big restricted area, an overlying 20,000 foot one, and then there's some more below in various sectors, sections, or whatever. And some of them have varying altitudes. So we're going to basically thread this needle right here. I didn't want to add an extra GPS waypoint, but that's basically what we're doing is we're going to split these two restricted areas and squeeze right through this MOA. This restricted area, however, is one that we will be able to go through for a reason I'll show you in a second. Okay, so then we're coming down here. We've got this gray area, which is a special military activity area, this gray line, and that's similar to an alert area, but it's not called an alert area. I don't know. This stuff is very complicated in the FAA. Sweet. So this happens to be a corridor for heavy drone activity that travels from the various military bases to the coast, to the shore. And those altitudes are just designated, where those operations are taking place. You can get activity status on, the radio frequencies that are posted here, but you can go in and out as you please. There's no restrictions on what to do here. They actually launch out of private airports near APV and VCV. Sweet. And that looks like, where are they? And let's see where those are exactly. But anyway, so that is the next airspace that we'll be going through. Again, altitudes here, but you can, essentially disregard that in terms of can you fly through it or not. You definitely need to, if you can avoid it or change altitudes to avoid potential hazards, it's there to alert you of that stuff. The next special use airspace, which for me is a little bit more not applicable, but I come across it more often because I live next to live next to and fly out of a permanent temporary flight restriction. But this is a TFR that pops up every once in a while, and this is surface to 3,000, and it's just the delta for the Channel Islands airport here. And then the next one, we'll probably do a touch and go at Oxnard just for fun. But then here is a warning area. And a warning area is similar to an MOA, but it is offshore. So it can be hot and cold, but it is offshore, adding to the confusion. And then after the flying through that warning area, we will be flying into Catalina. So that is basically every type of special use airspace except for a prohibited airspace, which again, the closest one is in Texas. And the only thing you got to remember with the prohibited airspace is that you can't go in ever. Everything that we've talked about, you can, but there are restrictions, with, I guess, the exception of this TFR, which you're not going to be able to go through this TFR. This TFR, however, you will be able to go through with flight following. This is a oxymoron name of the permanent temporary flight restriction. So, if I recall, even on PE, those special frequencies are inactive. Only flight following part is simulated. The airspace here is very crazy. I am actually pretty surprised that there is not a prohibited area around here. But what I was saying about this restricted airspace that I was going to talk about is the particulars of these restricted airspaces. So functionally speaking, these restricted areas can essentially be prohibited areas, which is very, very confusing. So on the top of the sectional, and in a second we'll look at ForeFlight, and ForeFlight shows it a lot more simply. All of everything all in one spot versus having to kind of look at the airspace here and then bounce back up and look at the details on the border. So we have restricted R2506. So if I go up to the top of the chart here and look at all of the airspaces here, I want to look up 2506. So here we go. We look down here at the number R2506 is right here. Altitude is showing to 2000. Time of use is SR to SS, Monday through Friday. And this SR to SS means sunrise to sunset. The controlling agency is Joshua. And then we have the frequencies for the controlling agency here, which this part, if you start on flight following, we don't really have to worry about that. But this one goes up to 6,000 feet and sunrise to sunset. So the sun has set at this time right now in real life. We're obviously going to be simulating it during the day, but this restricted area from AGL, 0 AGL to 6,000 feet will be cold. But you can also see all of the other restricted areas around here. We've got unlimited, so altitude, surface to unlimited, time of use, continuous, LA Center. So you can see all these continuous, unlimited, and continuous. There's probably a reason for that. Why this isn't just a prohibited area, I don't know, but I think it's probably opens them up to having the airspace be used at some point and not completely restricting it for any use at any time. So I would imagine that there are some times where this could be considered cold. And you'll see on ForeFlight here that some of them are actually, it says continuous other than holidays. So each one of these has its own, you've got 15,000 to flight level 270, intermittent by NOTAM 24 hours in advance. That seems to be most of the restricted airspace down towards John Wayne, which is, 24 hours in advance by NOTAM. That you'll see the restricted areas down by closer to John Wayne, Orange County, San Diego area. Then we have all the warning areas, and then we've got intermittent by NOTAM, all that stuff. So this is just kind of a mess to look at, but at least it's got everything there that you need if you're going to be planning a trip. Going back to that same 2506 airspace, this is ForeFlight. And if I press and hold this airspace here, you can see R2506. If I click on details, it highlights that airspace and then gives me all the information for it. So we've got restricted area, designator 2506, name restricted 2506, upper limit 6,000 feet MSL, lower limit surface. Joshua Control Facility is the controlling facility. Activation non-continuously, hours, sunrise to sunset, Monday through Friday. So that's everything that we found out from the border, but it's just, we don't have to scroll around. This is this one right here over China Lake, this restricted area. You can see here it is surface to, what does it say? Service unlimited, and is activated continuously, excluding holidays, and hours are continuous. Can you do me a favor? Grab from your viewpoint the left side of the green screen and pull a little bit. Oh yes, thank you. Pull a minimums. Thank you. I have it cropped differently for different views, and when it's on like the normal sim view, I have it cropped a little bit tighter than this one apparently. So thank you. That would have bugged the crap out of me too had I even seen it. Yeah, so this is partially a challenge, but also partially a way for me to conceptualize these different airspaces in a live environment without actually having to do the flight. So we're gonna fly this on PilotEdge, and we're gonna see how much of this airspace we can get into, and this should be a fun flight. So, yeah, let's get into airplane mode. I don't know if any of that made any sense. I hope it did. I really hope it did, because if it made sense to anybody listening, then that means that I have enough of a handle on it to explain it, which is just fantastic. All right, Melvin, cool. So we've got alert, you can go in whenever. You got MOA, you can kind of go in whenever. You've got restricted, you can go in only when it's cold. You got prohibited, you can never go in. You've got warning, you can kind of go in. And then you've got the military operations area, which knock yourself out. And then TFRs as well. It's TFR to TFR. So that is the quick rundown. And this is getting back into the sim world, the Coronado Piper Navajo, and I freaking love this plane. I'm not a huge geek for piston twins for no real reason in particular, but this plane is freaking awesome. I don't know why. I don't know why I like this plane so much. It's kind of homely. The windows are too big, but this Coronado version looks really, really good. All the textures are nice. It sounds cool. It flies pretty nice. I have no idea how it flies in the real world. From all reports, this thing is like a gigantic pickup truck, SUV. And so it's got good useful load, nice, relatively big cabin. Not as ugly as a Cardinal. Yeah, no, it looks nice. Well, I mean, it's not like a Duke. It's not a Baron. It's not any of the Cessna twins, which I think are pretty. It's very utilitarian looking. It's not an ugly plane, but it's not. Yeah. Like I said, I like it. I think it's cool. All right. I have the Cytec switch here, which is great for singles. Not great for twin engines, because the starter and everything is tied to both engines. So I try to use the actual clicky stuff for starting up. And we're not going to do too much of a checklist, but we'll do magnetos. See, like I can't even do the mags because they're tied to the switch. So let's. That didn't help either. I'm gonna probably have to do them both at the same time, aren't I? Damn it. Or nothing. Or it's just gonna do nothing, apparently. Interesting. Okay, beacon. Fuel pump. So the key to flying in special use airspace is having a plane that actually friggin' works. What the hell? All right. Let's reload. Yeah, I was using the mouse, and that's what was not working at first. Yeah, the Cytec panel, if you have it set up for one aircraft, it will still work for every other plane, but it might have some quirks if you've got. Yeah, like see now the thing is Now it's on. I think we may have just been Caranado'd. Because they shouldn't be on. The engines should not be on, but they are. Sounds good though, right? There definitely are some screws loose in this cabin. Milo, how's it going? Yeah, I do like it. It is really not very buggy compared to a lot of their stuff, which is very lovely. All right, let's get this going. VGT, what is the weather? 1805, and we're gonna go to
North Las Vegas Information Lima. 2100 Zulu weather.
And we're gonna go 204 Lima Echo.
Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Connected to
Aviation Tango.
We have Tango.
North Las Vegas Airport. ATC Information Tango.
North Las Vegas.
0053 Zulu. Wind 090 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky conditions.
But we know that there are some screws loose in this cabin.
Hello.
Hi.
2. Altimeter 3004. Arriving and departing runways 12 left, 12 right. Visual approaches in use.
Okay, so we
Read
got
backhaul runway
1, 2.
signs and hold short instructions.
Okay.
Advise on initial contact. You have information Tango.
Okay, so that's
North Las Vegas Airport.
North Las Vegas.
0.
Cool. All right, let's get the clearance ready to go, and that is going to be on frequency. Do we not have? Yeah, Northwest clearance delivery 240. North Las Vegas.
Hun.
.867 86 November is going to Atlantic, and I am currently at Alpha 2.
.86 November, roger, ramp via Alpha, remain this frequency. Have a good night.
Alpha, remain this frequency. Good night, 7886 November.
North Las Vegas clearance. Good evening, Navajo 204 Lima Echo with information Tango Lake flight following to Catalina, departing to the northwest at 8,500 feet.
.4 Lima Echo, North Las Vegas clearance departure frequency 125.9er, squawk 4154.
4154. Okay, departure frequency 125.9er, squawking 4154, 204 Lima Echo.
4 Lima Echo, read back correct.
Cool.
San Bernardino Tower, Cessna
So let's
November
get that
447
dialed in here. 41.
4471 November, go ahead.
41.
Okay, engine start.
5.
To the airborne request, taxi onto runway.
I will say
contact
that
ground
if
with
you
your
are watching this and attempting to learn a little bit more information about special use airspace, if you happened upon this video, generally speaking, you wouldn't want to do this in terms of flight planning to try to hit as many of these as possible. You do the exact opposite. You would try to avoid as many as possible. And that's the point of them, is you want to avoid them. So instead of going north over Lima 72, let's go south down here by Barstow and stay out of any of the special use airspace. That's what you'd really want to do. So I just want to make that clear. This is only to do it for the novelty of flying through as many special use airspaces as possible. But you know, we've got to keep in mind that the point of them is to stay away. So, and as Agent B7 says, You only live once. Might as well. Live life on the wild side. Alert area. Let's do it. Okay. Now we got to figure out how to friggin' taxi. Where are we? We're over general aviation parking. Base of the tower. No, tower's on the other side, actually. General aviation parking.
4471 November, Sanford, Dino ground.
Then we'll do...
Okay, engines all right, start to the apron, request tax for runway 06.
So what's ground here? 21.7.
35491, connect John Wayne Tower 126.8. 4471 November, runway 6, taxi
And
by
then
Alpha.
tower is 25.
4471 November, taxi Alpha, thanks.
Confirm the runway assignments, runway 6 by Alpha.
Runway 6 via Alpha.
John Wayne Tower 35491 is on the 20 right ILS.
35491 John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear to
Okay,
land.
so I guess we're
20 right, clear to
I'll just say
land,
terminal
35491.
parking. We're at the GA stuff, the GA ramp, but not really. We'll just say we're at the restaurant. We're at restaurant parking, I guess, or terminal. Not terminal, better. Okay, so terminal and hopefully 1-2 right, but we will see. Okay. North Las Vegas, ground Navajo 204 Lima Echo at terminal parking, taxi with Tango.
Alright, 2 at once again, number 204 Lima Echo, North Las Vegas, ground runway 12 right, taxi via Bravo Alpha.
Bravo Alpha 12 right, 204 Lima Echo.
Number 47881, turn right heading 09er0.
Yeah, I'm kind of like deep into it though. I was just seeing if there was any
And who else
particular
is calling?
any particular
47881,
label
continue that
on
right
that.
turn now, direct Lackey, cross Lackey at or above 7,700, cleared straight in our nav, runway 16 approach.
It's the fine line between
7,700.
sim flying and treating it like real flying sim flying.
They didn't want it. 7,700, 7,700.
This is an airport that
Okay.
is potentially on the real world list. So he said Bravo Alpha, and that will be an intersection takeoff, technically, I think. It's a cool airport. I've had breakfast there at the little restaurant. Great observation tower. It's freaking sweet. Okay, so Bravo Alpha. Clear.
Approaching runway 12 right, 30 left.
That is a negative. We're going to be on a right downwind departure, and then we're going to hit that alert area and go from there. And we're going to kind of play altitude jazz a little bit. There's a lot of terrain, and I didn't spend really any time looking at the altitudes. So we're going to see what feels right. The Vegas Strip in the back there looks pretty rad. How we look from tower view, looking good. We're gonna forego the full run up, but everything looks to be in working order.
American 1918 LA Center, good afternoon.
We might be hit with something. I am not going to fly this as carefully as I would in the real world. And there is a possibility that we're going to run into
759 Yankee Quebec, contact
something
Bakersfield approach 11820.
that will test the limits of PilotEdge and their ability to control the airspace. All right, this airport is called Trona, so we're going to be going to Trona for a touch and go. This is probably going to be a very ugly airport, but we're going to do just a little touch and go on 17, and we're going to use that as our excuse to get
759 Yankee Quebec,
vector straight in. But you can see that. No, you can't see that. Thank you. There is a lot of terrain here, so in order to hit this alert area, we're going to have to fly north and then fly south into these MOAs. And
all right, flight following requests are open again if anyone's looking for anything.
and then head through these MOAs, and then we're gonna request entry into the 2506 as well. So that's the rough plan for the departure. Again, downwind, we're gonna probably be right right downwind, and go from there. Tower, I already put tower in there, and then our departure frequency was what? 25.9. Does ForeFlight not provide sectional info in that text box area? Okay, never mind. It pops in. That's weird. Oh yeah, it just kind of does it for, like, you can switch between sectionals as you tap it. So you can, if you want to keep it in there, it'll stay in there. But it just kind of updates it based on where you zoom. Otherwise, so yeah, you can toggle between the different sectionals or do the stitch together, the big stitch together one.
Number 491 taxi to the ramp 5 Bravo, remain this frequency.
Ramp 5 Bravo, view through 491.
7 Foxtrot Alpha, SoCal approach, head in.
North Las Vegas Tower, Navajo 204 Lima Echo, holding short 12 right at Alpha.
204 Lima Echo, North Las Vegas Tower, wind 09007, right turn on course approved, runway 12 right at Alpha, clear for takeoff.
12 right at Alpha, right turnout approved, 204 Lima Echo.
27 Foxtrot Alpha, radar contact,
Okay,
7 north
got
east of the
lights.
Pomona VOR, staying in your request.
Camera
Approaching
looks good.
runway 12 right. Entered
And
runway 12 right.
action,
4,100
we got clear to
feet
the
remaining.
left, clear to the right. You got a little tank
Approaching
slapper.
runway 07.
Can it do a seamless stitching? Yeah, it does.
November
Yeah, but it
27
just kind of,
Foxtrot
you can
Alpha,
toggle it.
Maintain 4,000 when able, turn right direct Pomona.
You can toggle it to whichever one you want. Also like Sky Vector. Okay, yeah, it's not happy on the ground right now. Okay, airspeed is alive. Everything is green. Rotation station. Gear coming up. Props coming back.
Santa Maria ground, TBM 362 Mike Alpha, looking to pick up IFR to Montrose.
And now we're going to just kind of
362 Mike Alpha.
sneak north a little
nothing
bit.
on file for you.
Yeah, it hauls ass and people and stuff. It hauls everything, but most notably ass. All right, so we got a Bravo shelf 4500, so we got to be careful of that. Once we're clear of that shelf, we will be heading to our first special use airspace of the evening, and thinking that
Foxtrot Alpha crossing Pomona at 4.
we're going to be more ForeFlight up than normal because of what we're doing. So there's the alert area.
For 759 Yankee Quebec, advising after Bakersfield Airport in sight. 204 Lima Echo, connect Las Vegas departure.
Las Vegas departure 204 Lima Echo. See ya.
No.
Stay down. Las Vegas departure at Navajo 204 Lima Echo 4,300. We hit some negative G's there for sure. That was exciting. Some terrain that's 6,100 feet. We've got 4,000 feet, so we're gonna be pretty low through this stuff. Yeah, I like to get cozy with the airspace. It's really a function of the trim being so bad in the sim that I never use it, so it's always trimmed nose up when you're full power climbing out, so it just like keeps freaking climbing until I think to look down at the altimeter and go, holy crap, 4,500 feet Bravo shelf, dude, right there, and I was at 44905 probably. But we did the vomit comet and got underneath that. Okay, alert area. Let's go. Let's sneak a little bit north. I don't want to get into those mountains. But this area right here should be pretty low. We should be good to go. Yeah, that's... Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, we're getting up to altitude anyway. So what difference does it make? We're clear on altitude now, bro. No more 4,500 feet. We can let it rip. Just annihilate that gas. Use all of it. What are we chugging right now? 30 gallons per side per hour. Yikes. 60 per hour. The price for all this performance. This is the guy who squeaked through underfoot like this. Oh, and look at that. Look at what just a little bit of extra not extra, just look at what I noticed. There is this alert area starts at 7,000 feet. So we're not even in it technically yet. So if we go up to 7,000 feet, we will be in it. So that that works fine, and that ortho looks freaking awesome. Okay, so there is 70 or 69. There's 7,000 and alert area. So we now have to be alert for, as this says, high performance climbs and descents by Nellis Air Force Base training missions. Do we see any high performance climbs or descents? I don't see any. So this is what an alert area looks like, in case you were wondering. So the check ride, it's not done yet. I'll put it that way. And then updates will come after that. But yeah, it's not done yet. It's in the past for the moment, but once, well, it'll always be in the past. But once also the private pilot endorsement is in the past, we will rehash that and debrief the hazards of scheduling a check ride. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for the update. It'll have been worth the wait for sure. Okay. We'll pull back a little bit on the mixture. Nah, you know what? I don't care. Mixture's fine. Everything's fine. We're not flying this to be perfect. So we're gonna get back on our magenta line here. So we're now leaving our alert area. So the airspace in front of us, directly in front of us, however, we don't have to be as alert. Do your folks fly with Brad? Oh, did your folks fly with Brad? No, they did not. No. Leaning the mixture gives you more power. In a Caronado plane, though, does it? That Simflyer, what's up? Yeah, in a Caronado plane, does it really matter? And also, the EGT is really high for whatever reason already. Are the cowl flaps closed or open? They're saying they're open. Yeah. EGT is like hot. So whatever. Alright, 10,500, we're at an appropriate altitude. I'm gonna get the autopilot on for right now. So let's go heading, altitude, autopilot is on. That way I don't have to wrestle with this thing. Also, is no one going to mention that he switched to departure and we haven't heard a word since? Yeah, good call. Let's try it again. I actually just noticed that. Las Vegas departure, Navajo 204 Lima Echo had a radio issue departing North Las Vegas, 10,500.
204 Lima Echo, Las Vegas approach, ident.
How do you ident on this thing? Batson Flyer, thank you.
04 Lima Echo, thanks. Radar contact 19 west to Las Vegas, Vegas altimeter 3004.
3004, 204 Lima Echo. I'll give him an ident too. Is it ident? Is that the...
I'll throw him an ident too.
Tony loved the ident.
Kick it back, runway 30 right, clear to land, wind 36014.
He loved the ident. That's what I told him below minimums. He still liked it. He still wanted to do it. I'll throw him an ident too. I mean, they don't ever say anything, you know. So it's not like, hey, dude, stop identing. I didn't ask you to. But still, you don't need to. And I'm sure they were just being polite by not.
Sure, we have Foxtrot, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff.
Looks pretty good. So technically speaking, these MOAs are hot. So we have Shoshone MOA, and it is Monday through Friday, 0600 to 2200. It is still hot. but we are talking to a controlling agency, so we can request going through. A friend found an MD-80 with rocket engines that would be perfect for that flight. That's awesome.
At once, you think I'd be used to this by now. Over 4471 November, runway 6, clear to land.
Okay, so PilotEdge does not have hot or cold. So we are going to just, for the sake of doing this flight, assume we're going to be running on PilotEdge rules.
1 November,
that this is going to be
cleared
cold.
for the option.
But just confirm before we go
Okay,
into
full
the
stop option includes the full stop as well. Who's inbound for a full stop?
They are hot in real life right now, but we're still going to give it a shot.
87 uniform Papa, make straight in runway 29.
So after 10 p.m. and on the weekends, they would be cold.
American 1918, descend via the Comics 2 arrival. Romeo Foxtrot connects to Cal departure.
Second departure, evening citation 2 Romeo Foxtrot, 4 climbing 5 on the muscle.
2 Romeo Foxtrot, so Cal departure, radar contact, turn right. Heading 310, unable direct Seal Beach, climb and maintain 13,000.
Alright, 1313, right turn 310, unable direct Seal Beach to Romeo Foxtrot, thanks.
I believe Southwest 94, that was you checking in.
Flying a Centauri, so I'm pretty excited. That's awesome.
Southwest 94, LA Center, good afternoon.
That will be friggin' fun.
Call it now. Foxtrot, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff. 204 Lima Echo, connect LA Center 134.65.
13465, 204 Lima Echo. 3465. Okay. LA Center Navajo 204 Lima Echo 10,500.
You guys are killing me tonight. Number 204 Lima Echo, LA Center. Good evening, LA altimeter, Las Vegas altimeter 3004.
3004, and we're going to be transitioning the Shoshone and Panamint MOAs to Lima 72, 204 Lima Echo.
204 Lima Echo, roger, understood. The MOAs are cold tonight.
Roger that, 204 Lima Echo.
27 Foxtrot Alpha, connect El Monte Tower, or 121.2.
That's how you would essentially do it in the real world.
Someone else calling there because I can't get you.
Obviously, we would know because there would be a match between the NOTAMs and the schedule and what was happening in your, in the world. So the fact that they're actually hot in the real world right now, PilotEdge does not simulate that, so everything's cold. Especially, or not, I shouldn't say especially, but including TFRs. I think they do. They are aware of the Disney TFR.
Connects to Cal departure.
But if it's cold, it's cold. You're planning to fly through them. As soon as you're on the frequency that you're going to be transitioning with, you would just confirm. Because the one thing is, if it's not NOTAMed, even if it is NOTAMed, the final word is going to be the frequency. So I would you know, when I've planned to fly through some special use airspaces in real life, I've planned alternate routes just in case they come back and say, oh no, it's cold. The likelihood of that happening is pretty low, but it's still, there's still a potential that even though they're supposed to be cold.
Good evening, LA. Citation 2 Romeo Foxtrot 13,000. Right turn direct Pomona.
For 2 Romeo Foxtrot, LA Center, good evening. Climb and maintain flight level 250.
Climb maintain 250. Citation 2 Romeo Foxtrot.
How's it look, Brad? Is it at least
7-1 November.
look pretty good?
Taxi the ramp via Alpha, remain this frequency.
Sweet. Yeah, as long as it looks and sounds good, seems to fly right.
27 Foxtrot Alpha, El Monito, roger. How will this approach terminate? For 27 Foxtrot Alpha, roger. I have your request. Cleared low approach, report going missile.
Yeah, Max got partnered on Twitch, which is awesome.
Santa Maria Tower, turn right heading 100, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
So huge congrats to him on that. That's freaking awesome.
130 Foxtrot, connect LA Center 133.2.
Okay, how are we doing here? We're almost
Good evening. Citation 130 Foxtrot.
to our next
Climbing through 10,000.
special use airspace, and I'm kind of getting away from the line a little bit. It's not a big deal, but
250, November 130
probably
Foxtrot.
go into here. Let's get rid of this.
27 Foxtrot Alpha, roger, connect approach 135.4.
And we'll do
3499 Mike John Wayne clearance clear to the Las Vegas Airport.
72.
2 departure, mice in transition, then a filed, climb via the Civic 718
72,
5000.
there's that.
Departure frequency.
And then what was our next?
28.1 squawk 5.
We've got Oxnard. So we got K. And I was planning on maybe doing a touch and go here at Kona or whatever, but I don't think I'm going to because it's probably going to be a pretty bad airport scenery. And then Catalina. So this will terminate at a very cool airport.
First 7 uniform pop, roger, taxi to cross Alpha to the jet center.
Oh, I did that wrong. Come on.
27 Foxtrot Alpha, SoCal approach.
There we go. And we're going to go direct to that. Activate. Cleared, and we're good. All right. Sweet. Well, so far, this is pretty good. We're gonna definitely have to thread this needle.
R7747 Golf, John.
2506. And what was the other one? The restricted air. So this is actually going to be cold in real life, and it's down to 6,000. Can we get down to 6,000?
7747 Golf.
It does look like we can get down to 6,000.
Expect radar vectors, Seal Beach viewer.
If we wanted to get into a restricted area,
2,000, expect 3,000,
which is the goal, so we're going to do it. So we're going to drop down to 6,000 and try to kiss that restricted area right there. So we just got to be at 6,000, and It's cold. We know it's cold, so we don't really have to worry about too much from there. Okay.
Number 47 Golf, back direct.
Watch the birdie.
Iowa, happy Tuesday, man. What's up?
3499 Mike. John Wayne ground right 20
You
right.
should
taxi,
not
Alpha
kiss
Lima,
the
hold short
restricted
runway
area.
20
That is
left.
probably good advice, Slinzer. Hilarious. Is that an ortho missing? That's an ortho. That's a missing ortho, isn't it? Yup.
Mike Alpha, connect
Ooh.
Santa Barbara departure.
You can almost barely tell because it's so ugly out here, but it's actually not ugly at all. It's gorgeous. Just very
Philly Center,
monochrome.
Southwest 94 would like to start our descent to the John Wayne Airport.
362 Mike Alpha, Santa Barbara departure, radar
Going to
contact.
John Wayne, huh?
58,000.
Smart move.
Southwest 94, descend by the OC2 arrival.
Descend via the OC2 arrival, Southwest 94.
Q7 Foxtrot Alpha is the RNAV Yankee 20 right into John Wayne you're looking for.
Alright. I need some more. I need more speed. I'm just gonna frickin' floor this thing. I was planning on a higher speed.
Q7 Foxtrot Alpha, fly heading 09er, maintain 4000.
So we're gonna crank up the manifold pressure. Try to be around 200. That sounds good. All right. Brad, are you flying that Falcon on PilotEdge? No first flights rule on PilotEdge. I
774,
always do my
Golf,
first flights on PilotEdge.
John Wayne ground, roger, taxi, it'll be runway 20 left, taxi Alpha.
I always do them on PilotEdge because it forces me. I like the going really slow. I love like the methodical part of a first flight. But yeah, if something doesn't go wrong, doesn't go correctly, then yeah. Oh my god. Hilarious. Hilarious.
Aircraft call in for a radio check. It's about 75% static.
Paramount, it's not Paramount. Panamint MOA is coming up next.
362 Mike Alpha, clear direct Palmdale, connect LA Center. On,
this is just a
133.2.
mess of MOAs here. But I think what this area demonstrates in terms of
3499 Mike, John Wayne Tower cross from
special use airspaces is just because something might be in terms of
747 Golf, continue taxi 20 left via Alpha Lima.
Restrictability, able to fly in, it doesn't, you still have to check it. So an MOA, you can fly into.
Center DBM 362, Mike Alpha.
In our case here, we're on flight following, if it was hot,
362 Mike Alpha,
we might be vectored around it. If we were just VFR, we could go through it. Legally speaking, they're going to not be very happy at us. But it's the differences in each particular MOA, each particular special use airspace. So consulting the actual the specific sector or airspace is really important, because you might have something like...
Number 204 Lima Echo, LA Center.
204 Lima Echo, go ahead.
Okay, contact Joshua, approach 124.55.
12455, 204 Lima Echo. Thank you, and sorry, Goldsy. 12455, okay.
3499, Mike, connect SoCal approach.
Brad picked it up.
American 1918, connect SoCal approach 119.6.
SoCal 3499, Mike, climbing through 2000 for 5.
Virtual GA.
3499, Mike, SoCal departure, radar contact, climbing between 13000.
99 Mike, up to 13000.
Joshua Navajo 204 Lima Echo 10,500. We're a little bit.
For 204 Lima Echo, Joshua approach. Good afternoon, the China Lake altimeter 3006.
3006 204 Lima Echo, thanks.
SoCal approach American 19.
X-plane seems really lame without PilotEdge. Flight simulation in general lacks without air traffic control. It can still be very fun, but it is definitely lacking.
RNAV Zulu would be good. Low 301.
PilotEdge is not for everybody.
Works for me at Klommen, cleared RNAV Zulu,
No, why
runway
not?
27 approach.
Went so weird. Yeah, it depends on what kind of flying you're doing. If you're like a crop duster, or doing something goofy, you may not need it. But to me, PilotEdge, it feels so. I can't connect to the sim unless I'm testing something without being on PilotEdge, just because I want that.
5055 Juliet Baker,
That realism of the airspace. And PilotEdge in particular,
for 55 Juliet, thanks
for sure, because you've got guaranteed coverage. Yeah, PilotEdge is paid.
Number 99 Mike, connect LA Center 133.2.
133.2, 99 Mike.
To me, it's totally worth it. Obviously, I pay it, but it's totally worth it. I'm just trying to practice for PPL and more over getting used to
3499 Mike, LA Center, climb and maintain flight level 2.
Yeah, then if you're practicing for real life
27 Fox
stuff, it'll save you thousands of dollars. That $20 a month will save you thousands.
Right, direct
Without ATC, it doesn't seem very useful. It can be useful, but you will save
Delta Hotel, clearance on request, standby.
thousands.
2 Romeo Foxtrot to send by the Capex 6.
And B7, I mean, I agree, it's another option, but if you're training for real world procedures, you cannot. There's no replacing PilotEdge and the real frequencies and the real progression. VATSIM just doesn't do it. VATSIM is more if you want coverage in weird areas that PilotEdge doesn't have, or you're kind of searching for coverage areas. It's
Southwest 90.
Yeah, PilotEdge is the way to go without a doubt.
November 7747 Golf, Joe Wayne Tower, runway 20 left, clear for takeoff, and 220
Kind of like the look of that too. For sure, if you're looking to get your private pilot's license, this will save you thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars.
Loud and clear on the radio check. 68 Delta Hotel is clear to the Limburg Airport via the Santa Catalina. Be aware that files.
I'm trying to look at the terrain here.
127.4.
This valley right here is this valley here that we're coming up to. And then over this ridge is the airport that we're looking for.
The Delta Hotel readback is correct.
that
You can advise when you're number 1 for departure. I'll have a
looks like
release for you at that time.
it should
Frequency
be
change is
it.
approved.
Probably over here somewhere. Whoa.
The Delta Hotel, you've got a release for departure at time 0218, clearance void of
Whatever that was.
0230, change to advisory frequency.
Titanium Druid, how many screens does Goldsy have to tab through to control all his airspace? He's probably got 2. He probably has it on 2 screens, but it's really just one scope, and they just have it laid out. Some of the controllers only have 1 screen that they zoom in and out of, but they're basically looking at 1. But yeah, Sodius is right. He's got most of it freaking memorized. So before I start paying for PilotEdge, what should I get used to with X-Plane before I start PE subscription? Is there any other things to get used to X-Plane before I start using it? Super hard to justify paying for PE. I just got X-Plane and a Logic 3D Pro to do this on the cheap. Well, doing it on the cheap is a fantastic way to go. That's how I'm doing it. And just be able to control the plane. That's really it. It's just fly the plane, put the plane where you want it to go. Spatially, airports, airspace wise, taxi wise. Be able to understand where you are, whether it's using ForeFlight or SkyVector. That's really the only thing.
SoCal departure, Cessna 7747 Golf at 1,700 for 2,000.
130 Foxtrot looks good again there now, thank you. 7747 Golf, SoCal departure, radar contact, maintain 3,000.
This airport,
3,000 for
which
47 Golf.
is right there. So we want to overfly that. Oh no, sorry, here it is. There's the airport. Is that even 3D?
Bakersfield Tower, left turn on course.
Look at that, it actually is 3D.
30 right, clear for
It looks
takeoff.
just like it does in real life in the pictures. So that is our airport that we're going to be
130 Foxtrot
using to fly in between these restricted areas. This restricted area, 2524, is continuous. So that is a no-go, and that's just right there. That is a restricted area we cannot go. Just over our left wing. Make sure you adjust your response curves on your rudders if you just bought them straight into the game.
7747 Golf, turn right heading 35.
They make the plane drift.
350 for 47 Golf.
Southwest 94, contact.
Yeah, they don't have. It's not really It's not really the number of monitors that they have from the setups that I've seen. They just have. There's a tab on the right with all the planes, and then you've got smaller little windows with specific airports, and then a big scope that they can zoom in and out of.
Southwest 94 is descending out of 14,600 via the OC2 departure, or OC2 arrival.
VMC roll, please.
Southwest 90.
What's up, Jesse? Happy Tuesday.
Altimeter 3016.
So we've got to be very careful
3016, and
because we have
information
ground to unlimited restricted restricted areas operating
negative.
continuously.
We could probably use the ILS runway 208.
Southwest 94 expected.
Okay, as soon as this is right over our wing.
SoCal approach, Cessna 618 Delta Hotel just departed Santa Catalina, climbing
overfly that.
5,000.
618 Delta Hotel, SoCal approach, ident.
Ident 618
Turn
Delta
off
Hotel.
our autopilot.
618 Delta Hotel, thanks for your contact. A mile and a half west of the Santa Catalina VOR. The Avalon altimeter 3016.
3016, 618 Delta Hotel.
Are threading the needle here. I'll move this up as big as possible because we're going to go restricted area hunting. If these MOAs were cold, we would let them know that we're descending as well, but I'm not going to bother Goldsy with that
Bakersfield
because
departure Kodiak 5055 Juliet
he doesn't care.
2,500 for 6,500.
There is no traffic.
5055 Juliet, Bakersfield departure, radar contact.
So now we are directly
And the
over.
altimeter
Sync rate.
3014.
Sync rate.
3014, 5 back to Louis.
American 1918, connect Limburg
Over
Tower.
our airport here.
Limburg Tower, 118.3 for American 1918.
47 Golf, turn right heading 010.
010 for 47 Golf.
Remember, when you're in these special use airspaces, what do you always have to do? Ryan, what do you have to do when you're in special use airspaces and there's hazards around? What should you do? No. Killer Popcorn's close. Come on, I know you know this, Ryan. What must you do? Shoot the hostage. Come on.
American 1918, Limburg Tower, good evening. The wind 320 and 3.
China Lake is off our right wing here. Ryan, you're taking it too seriously. That's your hint.
27 Foxtrot Alpha, how will this approach terminate?
27 Fox Alpha, terminate low approach, and we're going to shoot the practice DR outside Cronus.
I may be too vague here.
Execute approach procedures published.
There is something that you must copy when you're flying in a hazardous area.
As published, John Wayne 126.8, 27 Fox Alpha.
We copy the risk.
There you go.
We copy the risk.
Thank you, Brad. Yeah, we copy the risk. Okay, we're almost to 6,000 feet. Okay, we're just abeam China Lake. Can you see anything out there? Airport. That looks like an airport. I don't think so. Okay, we're coming down to 6,000, so we're gonna turn the corner here.
Right, cleared low approach. Report the mist.
Man, this is like a serious needle threat in here. I thought we were still in study mode. Well,
okay, you're heading indicators.
We're always going to be copying the risk, whether we're in study mode or not. But thank you, Ryan. Thank you for taking it seriously, and thank you for
I have you on like a
resisting
5 track over the ground.
or countering my my juvenile tendencies. Please tell me I'm not the only one that plays with rudders while watching Twitch or YouTube.
Number 227 Lima Golf, clear to the van.
That's true. Well, Ryan, you're in study mode. I respect that. I know how that goes. You do not want to contaminate your mind.
To the Limbo intersection. That's Lima India Mike Bravo Oscar. Victor 64. Santa Monica 125 radial.
Brad, I will respond once I am straight in the level.
Expect 4,000 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.9er, squawk 5361.
So that looks like right there, once we get below 6,000, that we will enter our third different type of special use airspace, and that is a restricted airspace.
7 Lima Golf, feedback correct.
I can drink.
7 Lima Golf, Roger, Romeo.
Fat Knuckle, happy Tuesday.
Juliet.
Good evening. Sporties was great. Yeah, I've heard good things about their practice test. I mean, they're all good, and I think everybody probably has their
47 Golf now. I'm
their
showing you
best
about a 040 track over the ground.
System.
Okay, thank you. Just trying to get this compass and the gyro to agree.
It's hard in the sim, it really is.
But yeah, toss-ups, that sim would be good just to get over the mic fright But I went like head first into PilotEdge, and had fun doing it. I mean, I definitely save breath. I think this is the cue. This was for my second flight on
Southwest 94 connects
PilotEdge.
SoCal approach 128.1.
You can save your breath. You've already got your landing clearance. Once you get your landing clearance, know where to report positions.
2 Romeo Foxtrot, connect to center 134.6.
Bill's one of my favorite guys to yell at.
This is not VATSIM, no, this is
center now
PilotEdge.
134.65.
We're up against that restricted, the hot restricted area.
SoCal approach, Southwest
China
94,
Lake
level
restricted area.
5000 on the OC to depart arrival.
Southwest 94, SoCal approach, John Wayne altimeter
VATSIM can be
3016.
fun. It also can be an infuriating dumpster fire. There is the Naval Air Station. That's kind of cool. That's a cool view. That actually looks really cool. It's cool being on PilotEdge because you get the sensation that that things are off limits that would be in the real world. Like if you saw China Lake in the real world, you know, you couldn't go anywhere near
4345
there.
Bravo San Luis,
But
taxi by Alpha.
you in the sim you can, but on PilotEdge it gives you that illusion that you need to behave yourself, which I like.
130 Foxtrot, connect LA Center 134.
Not Area 51, no, it's China.
Or 130 Foxtrot, LA Center.
Okay. So we're kind of all over on the altitude here.
618 Delta Hotel, connect SoCal approach 128.1.
You can waste the computer's time back from the person's time. Well, that's what PilotEdge is for, is to teach you.
Turn left 020 and just send and maintain 4000 Southwest 94.
27 Foxtrot Alpha, connect SoCal approach 128.1.
We are almost there. There's an echo extension out of China Lake that we're in right now.
American ATC terminal via Bravo,
level 5000.
Again, this one, ground to 6,000, sunrise to sunset. So it has the sun has set
LA Center, Las Vegas,
in real life, but it is obviously not set here. So this is kind of splitting the difference.
Circle approach number 27 Foxtrot with you on missed 20 right back approach 4200 climbing 3000.
27 Foxtrot Alpha, SoCal approach, roger. Turn left heading 080, maintain 3000.
Okay, almost in it.
Left 080, maintain 3000.
Almost in it. So we've done an alert,
Romeo
we've
Foxtrot,
done
connect
an
Las
MOA,
Vegas, approach 125,
and now we're about
niner.
to be inside of a restricted area.
5055 Juliet, connect LA Center 135.5.
135.5, Juliet.
Streamer dude.
SoCal,
This is for flight.
Level 5000.
And it is 100,
For 618 Delta Hotel, SoCal approach, John Wayne
150 a year.
3016.
And then I've got
3016, 618.
air server
5055 Juliet, Bakersfield.
overlays it on the
LA Center,
on the screen.
Bakersfield, altimeter 3014.
Okay, restricted area. We're in it. So now let's climb back up. Let's go up to 8,500. So we're in the restricted area, and once we leave the restricted area, we're still going to be in an MOA. This big old MOA here, and that's going to take us all the way south. We have a bit of a haul here.
Vegas approach evening, citation TR Foxtrot with 13 Aero, Ish 250 whiskey.
2 Romeo Foxtrot, Las Vegas approach. I missed the tail end of that. It was stepped on the altimeter 3006. Expect initial approach from 198.
Alright, 19 right, we got whiskey, 250 knots-ish, we're here at 13, thanks.
Ish which works.
Yes, we were cleared for the MOA. Yeah, it is cold.
442 Sierra Alpha Chino Tower.
Yeah, killer popcorn. So we're trying to fly through as many special use airspaces as possible. We left North Vegas and flew into one of the few alert areas. So here's the alert area. We flew through that. Then we flew through these two big old MOAs, the Shoshone
and Vector for the airport.
Panamint. And we kind of wiggled our way through in between these restricted areas, and we hit this restricted area, which is currently cold. The other ones are continuous and surface to unlimited. And now we are heading down the Isabella MOA. And just for the fun of it, it's cold in PilotEdge, but let's look at Isabella. And it is 200 AGL to 17999 MSL.
Down to 3,000.
And activations are 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. And other times.
20-mile file. I gotta get a jet in ahead of you.
47 Golf.
Yeah, military operating
You
area.
can resume on navigation and 1A will proceed direct Paradise.
Oops, we're going up.
Resume on nav, direct Paradise, 27 Foxtrot.
600 feet higher than I wanted to.
For 130 Foxtrot, connect Las Vegas approach 125.9er.
You're in the sectional charts of King schools. Okay, awesome. So yeah, the King guy, I can't remember what his first
Southwest
name is.
94, turn right heading 100.
It's hazardous
Turn
to
right,
non-participating
heading 100,
aircraft.
94.
He says it's so funny. I love that guy. Well, you'd be vector around it if you were on flight following. If you're VFR, oddly enough, you can head right on in. Oh, John, that's what it is. Yeah. That's right. Okay, now let's kick this thing in the shorts and get going. Okay.
For 3499 Mike, descend by the Capex 6 arrival. Southwest 94,
Okay.
turn right heading 170, intercept the localizer.
Right turn 170.
I couldn't get over the way those folks
Southwest
looked
94.
for the King School, so I passed
right
on the
heading
material.
100.
Right to 100, Jeremy,
47 Golf.
That's your Foxtrot, no, not for you.
Alright.
Southwest 94, continue right turn heading 220, maintain 3000.
They have really good information. I went with M0A boot camp,
Right turn to
and I find that Jason Shapert, the way he explains stuff, I really like. I really like him. He's so dorky, but
maintain 7000.
7,000,
I
Jeremy,
I liked his stuff.
130 Foxtrot, present heading vector for the airport, descend to 8000.
This is a cool little spot right here.
130 Foxtrot, flight present heading vector for the airport, maintain 8000.
Is, I'm sure you can tell what this is.
Present heading down to 8,000. Vector port 130.
This is a test facility for Hyundai Kia.
130 Foxtrot.
This is their ride and handling test facility.
Pretty bad though.
Alright, thank you, sir.
For 227 Lima Golf Torrance Tower, wind 29 right, clear for takeoff. That's okay. 47 Golf, turn right heading 170, intercept the localizer.
Turn right heading 170.
I want to thank you for the little tip about
Golf.
studying how to take the test, not the material. Oh yeah, yeah, Jason Shapert really did
4345 Bravo San Luis Tower, make left close traffic.
talk a lot on that boot camp about how to take the written test.
Jeremy Foxtrot,
Going over the material, of course, but also what kinds of questions they would ask and what matter and why and how to think about the questions.
We do have the stratosphere in sight, Romeo
Which is
Foxtrot.
Romeo Foxtrot, Roger, right base, turn north.
super helpful.
Alright, turn north of the stratosphere, clear the visual 19 right to Romeo Foxtrot.
7747 Golf 6 Oka, maintain 3000 till established the local as clear ILS runway 20 right approach.
Clearly ILS 20 right, maintain 3000 till establish on the localizer.
Southwest 94, connect John Wayne Tower 126.8.
Going to tower, Southwest 94, 126.8.
Alpha runway 26 left cleared for the option, make left close traffic, report midfield down one each time.
Except for that stupid right deflection question, that was pretty ridiculous. It's annoying when it's something that they blatantly are trying to trick you
Southwest
on.
94, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land 122.03.
That's a cool shot there.
For 227 Lima Golf, connect SoCal approach.
SoCal departure, 7 Lima Golf with you at 540 up to 3000.
And also with you.
20 Alpha, straight out departures approved. 227 Lima Golf, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 4000.
Up to 4000, 7 Lima Golf.
130 Foxtrot, descend and maintain 7000.
Let's see.
2 Romeo Foxtrot, towers 1875, see ya.
1875, 2 Romeo Foxtrot, good day.
SoCal or Joshua? Joshua approach 204 Lima Echo. Did you want us on SoCal or Joshua approach?
4 Lima Echo, no, still on Joshua for another 25 miles or so. The Mojave altimeter 3009er.
Roger that. 3009er 204 Lima Echo.
130 Foxtrot down to 7000. How do I sound?
Foxtrot came in better that time. Advising you at the Las Vegas airport to end the Stratosphere Tower in sight.
Stratosphere.
Advise when in sight, 130 Foxtrot.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Foxtrot, Las Vegas Tower.
That's actually a good point, B7, that you bring up, because that does happen a lot, and it's definitely better to check than to ignore it if you have a question. It doesn't. I mean, the difference with PilotEdge is that sometimes they're too busy and you can just let it sit for a little bit longer. But in the real world, that happens all the time, where you think you get something, or you think something was for you. Just check.
Remember 130 Foxtrot.
We do that all the time.
Tower and the airport.
130 Foxtrot, Roger, make your right base turn north of the
just ask, hey, was that for 53176? And say, no, that was for
north of the tower, clear visual approach 19 right.
Whatever, if it sounded like
coming in broken again
176. It doesn't happen a lot with that plane because it's not a lot of planes end in numbers, but it does happen.
Level 5000 with Sierra.
There's Mojave and the graveyard, which is super cool that they model that to any extent in X-Plane.
Romeo Foxtrot, you have no idea. Runway 19 right, clear to land.
Cool. Okay, are we going to hit any mountain obscurations? No, but we are coming up to our 4th special use airspace, and that is this special military activity little gray, I guess. I mean, it's really black.
130 Foxtrot, connect Las Vegas Tower 118.75.
1875, 130
this little gray area here. definitely
505 Juliet, connect
tripped
Santa
me up
Barbara, approach
on
120.5.
planning some cross countries in the real world north of Santa Barbara, because it does look like you're not supposed to, but you can.
27 Foxtrot, yes sir, I'm with you, direct Paradise.
27 Foxtrot Alpha, SoCal approach. The Ontario altimeter is 3015. Practice VOR approach to Corona is approved.
Okay.
3015.
I need a lav break. So listen for frequency change and let me know. So this should be quick, but listen.
Foxtrot Alpha, roger. For 130 Foxtrot.
Keep your ears peeled. If you hear 204 Lima Echo, type in the chat the frequency and I will change it.
Santa Barbara approach, Kodiak 5055 Juliet, 6500 with Delta.
5055 Juliet, Santa Barbara approach, keeping the Santa Maria altimeter 3018.
3018, 55 Juliet.
Romeo Foxtrot, taxi to the Cookies via Foxtrot, monitor ground point enter. C-Max.
Crap. Could have gone better. 4 flight expired yesterday. Bummer. Renewal time, man. I think next year I'm probably going to get their Black Friday special. That would be sweet.
Seven 747 Golf Connect, John Wayne Tower, 126.
Sorry, I'm not 100% better yet, but getting close. Yeah, georeferencing will be probably pretty nice. Let's see. This is where orthos I think are freaking awesome.
747 Golf, John Wayne Tower,
Not that scene, but when it's like that looks so freaking cool. I love it. I think we're close to Willow Springs. Somewhere over here, I think. Yes, Jesse, I have a student pilot certificate.
55 Juliet, roger.
And all of the requirements. Just waiting for the check ride.
Clear to the Palm Springs Airport. It'll be the
Is Microsoft Flight Sim going to come with all this shit so you don't have to download 1,000 add-ons? Who knows, toss-ups? I hope that it will be pretty light, but it's inevitably going to have a bunch of plugins. You really can't, and you don't want it to not have plugins because it opens up the community and third-party developers to make all kinds of cool stuff. Planes, scenery, add-ons. I mean, the scenery is going to be great, but there's always going to be things that need to be updated or improved upon. All kinds of plugins. So it'll be pretty. It looks like it's going to be visually pretty awesome. But you can't possibly have custom sceneries for every single airport as a part of that sim. So you're going to have airport packs at some point.
Circle approach number 2.
the intricacies of some of these airports are too specific to
We'd also like to request that on the
generate
from
them.
this approach, this TFR Bravo approach, we just go shoot the ILS 9.
Are they still recommending duos for student pilots?
Number 27 Foxtrot
no.
Alpha.
No.
Roger. Radar service is terminated. Report the mist, and that is approved as requested. Just call me when you're in the climb again.
No, they're not.
Report the mist. I'll get back to you as soon as we go mist up back around 6 Foxtrot.
Number 43017, can you grant clearance and request?
This looks nice. Okay, so for the moment, we're not in any new airspace. We're still inside our little special military operations band. But okay, so to recap, we've been to an alert area, one of the few alert areas, a couple of MOAs, a cold restricted area, and a special military operation area. And we've got TFR and a warning area left to go on our flight. Then, yeah, we'll go from there. But the TFR is a little different.
017 backer.
Yeah, this looks really
505
nice.
Juliet radar service terminated. Connect Santa Maria Tower 118.3.
Contact Tower 101.8.3, 55 Juliet.
204 Lima Echo, connect LA Center 125.27.
12527 204 Lima Echo.
3499 Mike, contact Las Vegas approach 125.9.
It's gonna be a goofy one.
505 Juliet, Santa Maria Tower, report a 3-mile right base runway 30.
2527. That was your frequency? Nice. We'll say hi to below minimums here.
3499 Mike, Las Vegas approach, altimeter 3006, information whiskey, expect visual approach runway 198.
Wait till that conversation is over.
130 Foxtrot, roger, taxi Foxtrot to the ramp, monitor ground point 9er, good night.
LA Center, Navajo 204 Lima Echo, 8,500.
Yeah, 130 Foxtrot, the radio seems to be coming in perfectly loud and clear. It definitely sounds like there's a loose connection in the push to talk switch there. It just sounds like that's actually cutting in and out. No problem. 204 Lima Echo LA Center, the Burbank altimeter 3013.
3013 204 Lima Echo. So this. Close enough. Above me is 2572. Hello, 2572. Hi.
7747 Gulf, ramp via, actually cross runway 20 left at hotel, ramp via Alpha, remain this frequency.
We got some little puffy things. We're going to disregard those. Looks pretty sky-y to me too, but what do I know?
Bravo, say again?
We're still like hustling this thing too. Got the
midfield downwind, you can make your calls.
we got the
if
manifold
you're cleared for the
pressure
option,
just
that also allows you to make a full
RPMs
stop.
are down a little bit. EGT is cranked as well for whatever reason. Not really managing this plane at all, but I want to be going as fast as possible.
228 November, you're going to San Bernardino.
180 through the air, and we're at 200 over the ground.
Kilo Sierra Bravo Delta.
MOS forecast. That would be sweet.
Juliet runway 30.
Yeah, that would be fun if you guys got to meet up and fly together, man. That's awesome.
Romeo Foxtrot, Las Vegas clearance. On departure, heading 175. Cleared on the Bravo airspace.
Here, and then probably
TFR at
through.
7,000. Departure frequency 118.4, squawk 3761. Romeo Foxtrot, read back clearance. 47 Golf, roger. Taxi to the ramp via Alpha this frequency.
Yeah. I don't, when X-Plane throws me this kind of weather, I just don't care. Because this cloud right here will all of a sudden be immediately in that cloud for whatever reason. It's so dumb. So I don't really go cloud dodging. It's friggin' annoying. But at 8,500, I mean, this is, what's our nearest airport? What's a close METAR we can look at? There's not really anything that close. Okay, something scattered 200 feet at Quail Lake. He gave me Burbank.
99 Mike. Fly heading, let's call it 070 vector for the airport. Descend and maintain 8,000.
Oh, sweet. We're out of gas. I'm not even gonna screw with it.
Romeo Foxtrot.
I'm just gonna go like this.
One on the right taxi by Hotel Foxtrot.
There.
7 Foxtrot, SoCal approach. Ident.
It better start though. Oh god.
It's okay, you would have had no
Is the
way
starter
of knowing
not
he was
working
calling.
now?
27 Foxtrot, operator contact 3 south of Paradise. Riverside altimeter 3015.
Okay, yeah, the starter is actually, it seems to be working now. Oh god. Oh god.
43017 Canyon Ground runway 21 taxi via Papa Bravo.
Nothing to see here.
Bravo, runway 29 are cleared for the option.
How does that happen? It happens by running out of fuel. Because I was just cranking. I have like 4 hours of fuel on board. But now it's like
Collins broken.
It really does not want to start.
204 Lima Echo. Just lost the transponder. Looks like you went to a primary
Son, your
target.
ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
Yeah, Los Angeles Center, we're experiencing a few issues here. We've got the transponder back on 204 Lima Echo.
Gotcha. The error exists between the yoke and the chair.
Not much. What is happening?
Roger. Ramp
like it's got fuel. It was having, I mean, it was having problems starting originally, so I'm not surprised.
3499 Mike, descend on maintain. Actually maintain 8,000 for now. Caught the tail end of that. I heard the word hotel. Who was that calling?
Are they off? You might be right. Oh yeah, you're totally right. Below minimums, thanks. Whoa! Yikes. Yep,
Number
you're
27 Foxtrot. Yep,
totally
I said,
called
I
it.
said that your request was approved as requested when you called before you went into Corona
It's,
there. So
I lost my view. Like, there was a view, a preset view.
13 Whiskey Joey ground, runway.
Okay, so what did the gear come down?
Alpha Lima, hold short runway 20
Oh my god. There used to be a view for the fuel tanks, and I couldn't figure out how to get it back, like a custom view. Now that I think about it, I may be able to do this.
For 99 Mike, descend and maintain 6,000.
Yeah, see, it's not doing it anymore. I don't know what it's doing. But yeah, so you used to be able to like look at the fuel selector switch, and it was like super easy to check. But if you change something and have a negative outcome, then unchange whatever you changed. Yeah, no, but it was like upside down. The view was upside down because when you look at here, I'll get up back into cruise.
Quebec, cleared up to the Bravo airspace on departure, heading 175, maintain VFR at 7,000. Departure frequency 118.4, squawk 7325.
Yeah, so I just I shut the fuel off instead of switching tanks. But I'll show you what I mean here in a second.
3 Quebec, number 99 Mike, turn left heading 010.
Autopilot.
130 Foxtrot 5x5.
All right, here's what I'm talking about. The fuel switch is down here, but everything is upside down.
12 o'clock.
Because when you're looking at it, you're looking down, back and down at it. So when you're upside down, it's hard to it's just stupid to read at a glance. And I could not, and it's probably going to do it now that I'm like trying to show you this. I could not. Yeah, see, look, I can't get it to look down at itself. I don't know how to get it to look so it's looking down. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, it just won't do it. Move up, move down, it won't do it. But there was a view that did. Oh, that actually might work, but that's not what it was. It was like a much better view.
3 Quebec.
So yeah, it's just. Yeah, but that's not really that good because you can't I guess you can kind of grab it, but you can't zoom in, and it's just like a mess. It's not what it was, and it's just too annoying, and I don't really care. That's the key, is I can't be bothered about it. Just have enough fuel in whatever tank to not have to switch it. Just whatever. So, but thank you, Below Minimums, for reminding me to check that. The
230 Whiskey Alpha on request, Jimmy number 3, standby.
That would help.
Romeo Fox, Las Vegas Tower, runway 19 right, clear for takeoff.
Also, nothing to see here regarding the clouds.
Number 3 Quebec, runway 19 right, taxi via Hotel Foxtrot. 13 Whiskey cross, runway 20 left at the Lima, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff. Number 43017 Canyon Tower, runway 21 clear for takeoff. Bravo, runway 29 cleared for the option.
I'm gonna go get ATIS for Oxnard, 1805. It's the same ATIS as North Vegas.
25. Visual approach is in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform. Oxnard Airport, ATIS information uniform. 0251 Zulu. Wind 270 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 12. Dew point 9er.
Okay, right above Santa Paula, so let's disconnect autopilot.
For 99 Mike, connect Las Vegas Tower 118.75.
Tower, runway 19 right, clear to land. Number 27 Fox at Los Angeles delivery. If you have a lengthy transmission like this, just make a call, brief request, and I'll get back to you when I can. Stand by. Number 2 Romeo Fox at contact departure.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
Sorry. Don't text while flying. Probably. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going?
Station 2 Romeo Fox at Las Vegas departure. Ready contact. Resume on navigation. Cancel altitude restriction.
We're almost right above Camarillo's airspace.
Station 99 Mike, taxi to parking via Sierra Hotel. This frequency. Have a good day.
Los Angeles Center, Navajo 204 Lima Echo. We'd like to amend and do a stop and go at Oxnard with information uniform, airport in sight. Now we're out of the clouds. There's Camarillo.
Los Angeles Center, stand by. Number 13 Whiskey contact, so-called departure. Number 43017, contact Los Angeles Center. Number 7 Foxtrot Alpha, contact the reset tower.
LA Center, Caravan 43017
with the local departure at contact, climb and maintain 1000. Number 27 Foxtrot Alpha, reset tower runway 9, clear to land. Number 43017 Los Angeles Center, ident.
Caution, TFR ahead.
Number 2 Romeo Foxtrot, leaving Las Vegas Bravo airspace, register is terminated, squawk VFAL, frequency change approved.
I think reset itself again.
Number 43017, we're at contact 6 miles southwest of Grand Canyon, climb and maintain 2000.
Up to 12000, 017.
November 13 Whiskey, 5 miles from Muscle, turn left heading 080, join the
There's
Muscle
Oxnard.
Muscle 8.
Whoa, loading in.
November 8 Delta Hotel, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 4000. Quebec, loud and clear. Number 3 Quebec, Las Vegas Tower, runway 19 right, clear for takeoff.
Alright, now we're butting up against this TFR and Channel Island, so we're just going to circle over Camarillo for a little bit. Just get some orthos toss-ups. I mean, that makes a huge difference. These textures are all ortho here, and I think it looks friggin' awesome. So,
we're gonna land at Oxnard.
Yeah, fair enough. We're going to do a full stop taxi back and departure out of Oxnard 204 Lima Echo.
Number 4 Echo Squawk VFR, contact Proxima Tower 134.95.
Squawking VFR 3495, 204 Lima Echo.
November 8 Delta Hotel, turn right heading 250.
Riverside ground number 2 closer up at 199, next requested back at GA terminal.
From Fox Delta taxi to parking via hotel, this frequency head of the bay.
Hotel Whiskey, this frequency, have a good on 27 Fox Alpha.
November 8 Delta Hotel, 2 miles from Vida, cross
Basically, yeah, toss-ups. You can, it's not that easy, but yeah, if you download Ortho 4XP, you basically just build the tiles. You select which tiles you want. So yeah, if you live in Colorado, you can just pick any Colorado tile you want and start building them out.
It accepts maintain 5000, departure frequency 128.1, squawk 7171.
Wayne, thank you so much, man.
Actually, Las Vegas clearance. We're in Vegas
Awesome,
right
man.
now.
I appreciate that.
VFR departure through the Bravo.
Welcome to live.
Altitude 17,500 going to Grand Canyon. 130 Foxtrot.
Departure frequency 118.4, squawk 7171. Cleared out of Las Vegas Bravo airspace.
Departure on 118.1, squawk 7171, cleared out of the Bravo airspace, 130 Foxtrot.
Oxnard Tower, good evening, Navajo 204 Lima Echo with information uniform, circling over Camarillo, full stop, taxi back.
Navajo 204 Lima Echo, Oxnard Tower, make us straight into runway 25, clear to land.
Straight in 25204 Lima Echo.
Number 47, I'll show you paused on the downwind. Is there any reason you paused?
Alright, let's get everything configured here for landing. We've got lights coming on. Let's go mixture full rich. Let's go
midfield, left, close, dark.
Props
left,
full.
Downwind.
Cowl flaps are coming open.
Warrior 45 Bravo.
This is going to be a very steep descent into Oxnard. We'll be parallel with Camarillo.
Why are you paused in the air?
I was waiting for a lot of talking, so.
You cannot pause for that. That's not how this works. If you can squeeze in the downwind report when you need to, just do it later. But let's do this. Don't report downwind anymore. Just runway 29 and wait for the option and do not pause in the air.
Down.
So you will stay with the option no matter what, pretty much you're saying?
Southwest Quebec, do not pause in the air. Do not make reports. You do need still ATC clearance to use the runway every time. Runway 29 and wait for the option.
Clear for option.
Number 3 Quebec, radar contact departure.
Cleared for option, just
Number 4 Juliet Alpha,
awesome.
are you there? Entering left downwind, runway 29 and San Luis.
Awesome. Alright, we are configured for landing. Per everything I know about this airplane.
On the ground in John Wayne, ready to copy IFR, Talmar.
0 Whiskey Alpha, you called already 9 minutes ago. Your request is going to be a wireless to be
final runway 25.
I came into that a few times early on with not being able to get in like a midfield downwind call in the pattern. And you either continue and just go around. I mean, you can only extend so much until it's dangerous. But yeah, just continuing and not landing on PilotEdge, I think works. So you just stay close, but basically just circle.
Circle biggest ground, citation 130 Foxtrot, X-ray ready for taxi.
I thought this was going to be a lot more steep approach, but we actually got down to a respectable altitude.
500.
November 984 Juliet Alpha, San Luis Tower. November 515 Zulu Tango, advise, ready to copy.
Ready to copy, 5 Zulu Tango.
Number 130 Fox, at runway 19 right, taxi via Hotel Juliet.
Hotel Juliet, 19 right, 130 Foxtrot.
November 5 Zulu Tango for the Cat 9, departure frequency 134.2, squawk 7004.
Apologize for
Departure 134.2.
the cloud flickering.
04, flight to the Tango.
Back direct. November 7 Lima Golf,
I think the
contact global
trim
approach
feels good, but we'll find
134.2.
out once the time comes.
November 8 Delta Hotel, contact Grand Canyon Tower, San Diego Tower 118.3. November 13 Whiskey, contact local approach 135.4.
Here's Charlie. Let's get a little bit of brake action here.
San Diego Tower, Cessna 618 Delta Hotel, localize
November 27 Lima
027.
Golf, local approach. Band 9 altimeter 3015, advise when you have information, Oscar, and your approach request.
Look at my ground
November 7
track.
Lima Golf, expect the ILS, climb and maintain 5000. November 618 Delta Hotel, Liberty Tower, and V27.
Hilarious. Hilarious flow
27,
minimums.
618 Delta Hotel.
Oh my god.
November 230 Whiskey Alpha,
Yep.
enable I2, you have I8 already. You can still make it as a normal flight though. Clear to Carlsbad Airport via flight. Heading 175, ready vectors to Victor 25, then as filed. Maintain 5000.
Accidental
7,000,
balls.
5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 2627.
That's hilarious.
Alright, clear to Palomar Airport. After departure, fly heading 175, radar vectors thereafter to
500, 507 over the ground, Brad.
Departure 5000, expect 7000 5 minutes after on 128.1
Yeah.
and
That's hilarious.
267 squawk.
Write down when departure to finish it.
March altimeter 3014.
Well, now we have to go into our last bit of airspace, and that is this warning area. We're not going to go into
runway 29.
that TFR. It's there. We have to be mindful of
Did you
it.
hear any of my previous calls at all?
I guess I didn't.
Yeah, you were instructed to make a straight into runway 29, airport 5-mile final. You're there now, but prior to this, you actually entered a left base, almost crashing into another aircraft, so you left downwind for runway 29. Is there any reason you were on the downwind? November 3, Quebec, leaving Los Angeles, Bravo, airspace,
Interpreted as first communication. I've seen the traffic in front of me.
We copied it red.
Oxnard Tower, Navajo 204 Lima Echo clear 25 at Charlie taxi back.
LA clearance delivery, VFR request for a flight following. I'm at, Sierra Foxtrot 50 slant uniform, flight following to Kilo Sierra Alpha November at 9,500 information Victor.
Number 27 Foxtrot, cleared out of Los Angeles Bravo airspace. On departure, flight heading 250, maintain VFR at below 3000. Departure frequency 125.2, squawk 6114.
On departure, fly runway, fly heading 250, VFR at or below 3000. Frequencies 125.2, squawk 6114. Vision 227 Foxtrot.
27 Foxtrot, we back correct. November 4, Juliet Alpha, make a right, 360.
Yeah, Eugene is awesome. He's getting it handed to him right now, though. I feel bad.
November 204, Lima Echo, runway 25, right,
east of the airport, 3,800 inbound for landing with uniform.
Foxtrot Alpha to 25 at 204 Lima Echo. Beautiful.
Following ground clear, Jet 230 Whiskey Alpha on the ground, custom weather, ready to taxi IFR, west ramp.
November 4 to Sierra Alpha, Oxnard, Tower, make a straight into runway 25, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 25, 440, okay.
November 230 Whiskey Alpha, joining ground, runway 20,
It's alright.
Jet Kilo,
It's
taxi
okay.
Bravo, Kilo.
It happens.
20 right, Bravo and Kilo.
Taxi on your merry way, and if I need you, I will contact you.
Discretion, maintain 14,000. Bakersfield, altimeter
They're trying. They're in the right place. I really try to remember that when it gets a little bit hairy on PilotEdge every once in a while, because it's like
Somebody else who made the request and didn't get it.
this is a very insensitive analogy, but it's like somebody that's really out of shape at the gym doing a workout wrong. They're doing the right thing. They're in the right place. It's really easy to criticize.
I am near Alpha 1 at the cargo hangars.
They're trying. They're really trying.
11, runway 25 left. Taxi via Alpha Foxtrot.
Runway 25 left, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot, Vision 227 Foxtrot.
November 8 Delta Hotel, pass for the I-8, taxi to parking via Charlie. Monitor ground, have a good day.
Parking via Charlie, you as well. Thank you, sirs. 58618 Delta Hotel.
Las Vegas Tower.
Brad, you're like sitting on the leg curl machine backwards, using it like for your arms. But really, I mean, they're doing the right thing. They're in the right place, and it makes it tough when you're trying to do a flight for a particular reason and you want it to go smoothly. But ultimately, the more new people coming to PilotEdge means that it's going to be busier, which means it's going to be more popular, which means that it's going to add more controllers. All this.
Foxtrot, clear for takeoff. 199.
A for effort. Part of the entertainment, indeed.
Santa Barbara clearance, TBM 53 Echo Charlie is at transient parking with
see how long
Juliet.
this
We'd
takes.
like VFR eastbound 5500 for the Cat 8. TBM 53 Echo Charlie.
That flickering
TBM
is
13 Whiskey Circle approach,
super.
altimeter 3010, wind 240 at 4 and VFR skies. Expect visual approach, runway 31 left.
Burbank ground, Bear November 515 to the Tango's over at the Southwest General Aviation ramp, ready to taxi with Alpha.
TBM 53 Echo Charlie, Santa Barbara clearance for the Cat 8, on departure, fly runway heading, maintain VFR at below 1500, departure frequency 120.55, squawk 4316.
On departure runway heading, VFR at or below 1500, departure frequency 120.53, squawk 4316, TBM 53 Echo Charlie.
TBM 3 Echo Charlie departure is 120.55, 2055, that's the feedback correct. November 515 is Will Tango, Burbank ground, runway 8, taxi via Charlie.
Taxi via Charlie, runway 8, thanks to the Tango.
November 45 Bravo, runway 29, cleared for the option.
We gotta wait for this
Clear
guy.
for option, 45 Bravo.
TBM 13 Whiskey 5 doesn't heading, descend and maintain 9000, sector for approach. Citation 20 Fox, that's with a contact departure.
Over departure, 130 Foxtrot.
We got some traffic. I love this. I love actual traffic.
Tower clearance, Foxtrot holding short runway 25 left. East ramp.
There's 3 planes at John Wayne right now. It's awesome. Oh, did he just go missed? No. Displays threshold. It's not
2288 November.
that displays though.
John Wayne, clearance.
Whoa, buddy. Are you gonna make it?
Clearance request on by.
Or is that some ground clamping?
88 November standing by.
Yeah, he's probably already down on the ground.
88 November, check your departure airport files.
Yeah, PilotEdge is usually pretty good at that. There it goes. Okay. Oxnard Tower, Navajo 204 Lima Echo, holding short runway 25, VFR departure to the south.
TBM 13 Whiskey clear visual approach, runway 31 left. Navajo 204 Lima, Cockpit Tower, runway 25, line up and wait.
25, line up and wait, 204 Lima Echo.
November 4, just Alpha, I'm not
Approaching runway 25.
to make a right 360 and looks like you flew to a different state.
Entered runway 25, 5,900 feet remaining.
You flew to a different state. Oh my god, that's super funny.
November 2 Sierra Alpha, taxi to parking via Echo Fox at this frequency. Have a good night.
Taxi to parking via Echo Fox at this frequency. 442 Sierra Alpha.
November 4 Echo Mike, contact local approach 134.2. Number 7 Lima Golf traffic at 12 o'clock, 4 miles, crossing southwestbound, altitude indicates 5,200.
Burbank Tower,
Barbara Ground, TBM 5 Echo Charlie is transient parking, looking for taxi to be active with Juliet.
Welcome 6 for Echo Mike, local approach, descend and maintain 7,000. Calling for taxi with Juliet, say again.
As TBM 53 Echo Charlie at transient parking, taxi to be active with Juliet, VFR eastbound.
Number 204 Lima Echo, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 25, 204 Lima Echo.
TBM 53 Echo Charlie, Snowbra ground, runway 15 left, taxi via Bravo Charlie, cross runway 25
Okay, we're
at
looking
Bravo.
good. Let's launch her. Send it.
That was runway 1 left via Bravo Charlie, cross 25 at Bravo.
Taxi to be active.
Welcome to Command, do you have an approach request? Falcon 4 Echo Mike.
Okay, back to airspace. So we need our left turn at the coast. Then we'll just be due south, and that will be our
Vision 227
warning
holding short
area.
runway 25 left.
Yeah, the active thing.
Fox at Los Angeles Tower, chip the squawk 6114.
6114, Vision 227 Foxtrot.
November 45 Bravo, runway 29, clear for the option.
There is the coastline.
Clear for the option.
Turn
145 Bravo.
towards the south
TBM 13
here.
Whiskey, contact Palm Springs Tower 119.7.
It's total madness, dude.
Vision Jet 27 Fox at runway 25 left, clear for takeoff.
There's 3 planes at John Wayne too, Brad.
227 Foxtrot.
Burbank Tower, Bear November 515 Zulu Tango is holding short runway 8.
There are so many people logged on right now. It's awesome. Whoa.
November 515 Zulu Tango, Burbank Tower, runway 8, clear for takeoff, wind 170 at 5.
Clear for takeoff, runway 85 Zulu Tango.
This is awesome.
Palm Springs Tower, TBM 13 Whiskey, visual 31 left.
TBM 13 Whiskey, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 left, clear to land.
31 left, clear to land, TBM 13 Whiskey.
Whiskey Alpha, holding short 20 right at Lima, number 1 for departure.
Here's 220 Whiskey Alpha, John Tower, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff.
20 right, clear for takeoff. 0 Whiskey Alpha.
Happy Tuesday, campers.
Falcon 4 Echo Mike, contact point mobile approach 124.7.
Alright, we're out of Oxnard. Let's quiet down the craziness for the moment and head over to Guard. And we're about to hit our final special use airspace. Just off of our left wing is the TFR, which is pretty common, so we're not really going to bother with that. But right ahead is this. Oh, I take that back. This is Point Magoo. We're actually gonna bust that airspace, aren't we? Is that a Delta extension? Okay, now there's the warning area. Yeah, I think this is their airspace. Yeah, so that's 3,000. So we busted their airspace. Sweet. That's cool. Whatever. Oh, and then right into the clouds. And out of the cloud again. Are you sure? Echo? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's an echo extension. Yeah, I think you're right. We're fine. If not, looking down the business end of one of those big ass runways is pretty crazy. No one is seating this Fort Boyd, Colorado ortho data. Even on the individual tiles, there were a lot of times that I just let them download overnight. But congratulations, everybody. We are now in a warning area. That is our final airspace, special use airspace. So we went from an alert to multiple MOAs to a restricted to a military operating area to a warning and almost to a TFR. That is pretty cool to be able to get that many different types of airspaces all in one shot. Now we're going to be fighting visibility for a while.
Pull up. Pull up.
Cloud Sun 64, thank you very much for following. Welcome aboard. We're going to be kind of instrument flying here. This visibility does not look good, and we are hella offshore. This is definitely one of the more stable planes that I fly in X-plane, and the attitude indicator is super clear to see. I feel a lot better flying instrument on this thing than any plane really. The trim doesn't help though. 22.7. Don't mind the near stall. Yeah, it's okay, Brad. We had our fair share of near all kinds of things. I honestly don't know what I was looking at, but it wasn't the airspeed. Well, whatever I was looking at, it wasn't the fuel load. I always forget that it's up here on this plane, so I end up never looking at it. But who needs fuel? Is it pretty solid as like a sim thing? Like as a sim plane, is it solid too? Like not super buggy, sounds good, looks good flying. Because I really like the Citation a lot. I think that plane is super fun. I don't really like the TBM though. I know it's the best. I know it is probably. I mean, I won't I can't say definitively, but I know it's the best plane for X-plane, but I mean, I just don't. I mean, TBMs are super cool, but I don't know. I don't know why I don't have any urge to fly it in the, you know, buy it, fly it, whatever in the sim. Don't worry, I'm not the biggest fan. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, they're super cool in real life, and they're fast, and like everything about them's cool, but. I will definitely try it though. Oh yeah, it's a freaking Navajo. Look at that. With curtains and everything. Oh, did we come out of the clouds finally? I have this sweet view of the winglets outside the window that I really dig. That's awesome. That looks like a cloud right there. Yeah, we got all kinds of warning areas that we're flying through here.
Destination ASOS is 120.675.
I am tired of fighting this thing, so let's go up to 5,000 into another cloud that never existed before. Brad is definitely a winglet guy. Fuel's good. Catalina, weather's good. Yeah, am I gonna fly the GPS Alpha into Catalina? I may get cleared for the visual. Anybody on guard? Was that Eugene? Was that you, Eugene?
Yes, Eugene.
Oh, I didn't know that you guys monitored card. I was just checking to see if anyone actually used this. Hello.
No, we always want the ground.
I feel like I should have known that and probably forgot. Well, I will not meow too much for you then. Only 32 weeks until this ortho thing.
Gotcha, no worries.
I would go toss-ups. I would go for orthos, honestly, man. The tiles, the ortho tiles, I should say. Toss-ups. Thank you, man, for following. Welcome aboard officially, dude. Thank you. I hope you stick around and get a lot of good information. Yeah, I feel like I heard that before, but I didn't. When I requested that, I did not remember that, but I do remember hearing something about that. That's pretty cool. I got that Fork Boy thing, then it booted me to a micro turn to download it. Yeah, so if you get there's some extra steps involved, toss-ups, but if you join the Discord. If you haven't already, there's a couple of good YouTube tutorial. That's not how you spell Discord. if you download Ortho 4XP, you can actually download the individual tiles. Because right now you're probably trying to download like the entire state of Colorado, and it's going to just take forever, and you're probably not going to use the entire state of Colorado. So I would recommend just using the tiles for the areas that you're going to fly at first, and then you just kind of add on there. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. That way you can get up and running a lot quicker and not have to deal with that crazy crap. Okay, Brad is taking a Falcon into Catalina, which is going to be friggin' hilarious. Where is Brad right now? Brad is at Oxnard, and he is taxiing back to depart Oxnard, and he's going to take off, I'm assuming VFR, and will be VFR to Catalina. So we will get a front row seat to Brad's Falcon landing in Catalina. Started downloading Ortho again recently. All HDDs back in the red. Nice. Hello, by the way. Hello, Scooby. Hello to you, too. Is this breadcrumb thing? No, breadcrumbs stopped. Okay. Oh yeah, he's gonna have no problem for sure, but I don't know if you'd want to do that in the real world. That's one of those, like, in the sim, of course you can do it, but you wouldn't push it. We're gonna go to Catalina. That's really funny that I checked guard and there's Eugene. He's like, yeah, I'm here. Also, just to clarify, I am not concerned with the cloud separation. We're gonna just whatever. Clouds are just I don't even bother. Have you seen the shiny new runway in person yet? Yeah, Catalina, yes, and it is very nice and shiny. Catalina traffic, Navajo 204 Lima Echo, 12 miles to the northwest. We're going to enter a left downwind for 22 Catalina. Jambo, what's up, man? It has been a long time. How's it going, dude? Let's also drop out of these clouds. Do just like a nice little wing over right up against VNE into VMC. Alright, what do you want? Yeah, dude, go Niners, man. Very excited for that. That's going to be awesome. And there's beautiful, beautiful Catalina. Freaking go Niners. I love it. Go Sports. So you can get the airport in sight. Yep, we got it in sight. Oh, good Lord. Max, congratulations, man. I was like, what is that noise? I don't know what the hell noise that is. Max, thank you so much for the host. Congratulations again on partner and ATP and life. Thank you for just being... Congratulations on being just freaking awesome, dude. That's the thing that I want to congratulate you most on. All the other stuff is great. Superman099, thank you for the follow, welcome. But yeah, congratulations on just being awesome. Catalina traffic, Navajo 204 Lima Echo 5 miles to the north, entering right downwind 22 Catalina. And Mr. Captain Dark on.
58 in the northwest inbound, 3 mile initial runway 22 Catalina.
Falcon, straight in approaches are strongly discouraged at Catalina.
Exactly, that's why I'm going to do the brake.
Oh, you said you're going to do the brake. Good lord. I love it. Oh, shit. The last time Brad and I flew into Catalina, I think it was a Turbo Commander that was coming in. Jambo, I miss our Marcus mornings as well. But the Unicom guy jumped on the radio and was like, yeah, straight-ins are strongly discouraged. Hank, welcome. Thank you very much for following. Welcome aboard. And hello, everybody from Max's stream. If you're sticking around or have stuck around, my name is Bill. I'm a student pilot, hopefully soon not to be a student pilot, out of John Wayne, which is just over the water over there. And I use PilotEdge and X-Plane to help with real-world flight training. Catalina traffic, Navajo, right downwind 22 Catalina. Yeah, well, Max is a student pilot at heart, possibly, but I am legally a student pilot. Officially, according to the FAA, I'm a student pilot. According to the FAA, Brad is a badass.
Pull up. Pull up.
We copy the risk.
Yeah, we copy the risk. Catalina traffic. Neil, thank you very much for the follow. Catalina traffic, Navajo, right base 22, Catalina. Yeah, Ryan, that clip is an all-timer. It's too good. If you type in exclamation point, copy the risk. It's the clip is. Phil, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard officially. No, there's a yeah, Ryan's got it. Big boy Brian, thank you very much for the follow. Okay, now I'm going to be on final, so I have to actually pay attention because this is a twin and things could go wrong. Catalina traffic, Navajo, final 22, Catalina. Brian, I fly out of John Wayne. I am based out of beautiful, beautiful John Wayne. If you're familiar with the airport, either in real life or from the sim, I am on the west side, near
Short
to
final
the
runway
tower.
22.
Close to the tower. And yeah, I have landed here in real life with my instructor Brad, who is inbound currently on PilotEdge in the Falcon. And we are going to land and immediately taxi back to watch him try to
Catalina
land.
traffic of Falcon 50 is 33, becoming 32 miles to the northwest inbound, so 3 mile initial 22 Catalina.
What happened to my scenery at Catalina? This is not how I left my scenery. I don't think so. $33 miles out. Clarky, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard. I don't know why we've got some double trouble scenery here. Pigs, thank you very much for the kind words on the landing. Yeah, it's double. For some reason, it's doubled up. I don't know why. Okay, we don't need that for now. We'll turn off our strobes. We will lean.
Whoa! Found it! Hello. Found the ground.
It's still done many times, Kenny. Yeah. Are you going to get your multi? I just need my private before I start worrying about multi. Maybe eventually, and I need to stop this tank slapper too. Eventually, multi would be cool, but for right now, the plan is private, which I am ready for my check ride for, and then instrument at some point as well. Okay, we're gonna think right here is a pretty good spot to land. It's not because Bill got better. That is not true. That's a good looking plane. Look at that cloud, the little break in the cloud. How pretty does that look? That's awesome. Yeah, well, okay, so while Brad is inbound here in his Falcon, let me tell you guys what we were doing today, which was kind of fun. So I did this flight from North Vegas, and the goal was to hit as many special use airspaces as possible. So in studying for the check ride, going through all the material, I was going through the special use airspaces, and they are confusing. Let's see who this was. Let's see who we duped into following. Let's see who else we convinced that this was going to be entertaining. A shell script. Thank you very much for following. Welcome aboard. All right, so I was leaving from North Vegas, which I usually fly exclusive.
Falcon 56 working like 13 northwest inbound 3 mile initial 22 Cali.
I usually fly exclusively out of John Wayne in the sim as well, and fly the 172 that I fly in the real world in the sim as well. This was a much longer flight, hence the twin engine, and starting the flight in North Vegas. Flight, what's happening? Who we tricked into thinking it's entertaining. Yeah. So the reason why, Brad picked this flight, and it is fantastic. So he gets all the credit, but anyway. This is an alert area. So the first special use airspace that we flew into was this alert area. We don't need to contact anybody. This is just letting us know that, as it says here, high performance climbs and descents by Nellis Air Force Base training missions. You can go in here and there's no real controlling restrictions for that airspace. So once we hit that airspace, which actually has a ceiling at 7,000 feet. So we had to climb up to get into that airspace. Once we were in that airspace, we made a turn to the west to go into these two MOAs, and it's the Shoshone MOA and Panamint. Those MOAs were hot in the real world, cold in PilotEdge, and we were able to look at, what the actual.
We copied the risk.
We copied the risk, and you can see the upper limit here is up to flight levels, and the lower limit was 3,000 AGL. So we could have been underneath at 3,000. The activation is non-continuous. Oh, here goes Brad. There goes Brad on hit. No, is that Brad? No, I think that's a drone. Yep. Anyway, Brad will tell us when he's in the break. So then we threaded the needle here in between these two restricted areas, which are ground to unlimited and running continuously. So those essentially act as prohibited areas, but for whatever reason they made them restricted areas.
Cali traffic, Falcon 6 working like 3 mile initial 22 right brake at the midfield, Cali.
And then we came down, dipped into this 2506 restricted airspace because it is ground to 6,000. But its hours are sunrise to sunset. So in the real world, this was actually cold. So in order to get into a restricted area, we dipped into that one and then flew the remainder of the MOA down back into SoCal proper, into Oxnard, departed Oxnard into this warning area, which is there goes Brad, who is in a Falcon, which looks like a freaking Phantom.
Traffic, the Falcon in the bank, or in the break, 22 Catalina.
Right, that's freaking awesome. And then we're back into Catalina. So that was the flight that we did today, and the purpose of that flight. Okay, so here's the doubled up Catalina scenery, which is a little bit goofy, but not too bad. This is at least, yeah, that looks stupid too. Yeah, I got doubled up sceneries. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Nice Navajo. Okay, is that him? Yep, all right, so here he comes in the Falcon. Yeah, he does that in the real world too.
Falcon 6-4, Mike, base gear 22, full stop Catalina.
Yeah, this is my instructor. Yeah, Brian, this is my real world instructor right here. Whose lovely voice you're hearing with his silky smooth radio calls. So he's in the Falcon 50, the Coronado Falcon. I don't know why it seems like he's going so slow. So it's an F4 CSL, but it is actually the Falcon. Okay, you've got a little drone guy in there. I think he's going to just disregard that traffic. Okay, get on those reversers, dude. Here he goes. Landed that one pretty short. Perfect. That guy landed on the taxiway. Oh boy, that's not a lot of runway. Beautiful.
You got an extra pair of brakes anywhere by chance?
You were all over the numbers on that one.
Well, I was trying to dodge the drone to start with, but I guess he figured out that he wasn't landing on the runway.
Yeah, the grassy area in between the taxiway and the runway looked pretty inviting to him, I guess.
Apparently.
All right, let's get...
No, but seriously, call maintenance. I need new brakes.
Okay, we'll get on that right now.